like I was saying, it's best to err on the side of caution. And when it comes to parking, park somewhere where you know for certain you'll be able to stay parked and not get bothered, you know, not have DOT tell you need to move, or risk driving to a consignee that you have not confirmed has on-site parking. You get there and there's nowhere for you to park, like they have a locked gate and you can't drive into their lot and you're stuck on the street, kind of stuff like that. Don't put yourself in that position. Today is a special day because it's the day before a holiday. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So it's Wednesday morning, and as you guys can see, it's dark. It's dark. It's about 6:05 in the morning. I have 2 hours to go to get the current load that I have delivered. And I could have been there last night, but the place that I'm delivering to a job site. They did not have any on-site parking, and the rest area where I currently am is the closest place to park to where I'm delivering, unfortunately. Otherwise I would have parked up, which would have been the ideal scenario, but it's okay because, like I said, we're 2 hours away, and I believe I'm within 4 hours of home, so I got plenty of hours to get it. But the thing with today, with it being a holiday tomorrow, it's a guaranteed holiday with TMC, which means every driver that wants to be home for the holidays is going to get home. It's like the fleet manager's responsibility to make sure that everybody that wants to get home gets home. And I don't know for sure, don't quote me on it, but I want to say that I've heard somewhere before that the fleet managers are not allowed to go home for the day on guaranteed holidays until every driver has a route or is, you know, sent home directly. I feel like somebody told me that years ago, but either way, you know, I know I'm in a good spot. You know, I'm not that far from home. But the thing about it, when you are set up the day before a holiday, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, you know, the major nationwide holidays where everybody is, you know, traveling to go home or go somewhere specific for that holiday, is everybody needs directional freight. So with that, you know, you could potentially be sitting around waiting for a longer period of time to get dispatched. I mean, right now with the freight rates and the freight market the way that it is, you know, the wait times between dispatches have been a little bit longer than normal for specific areas. But on the holidays, it can be a lot longer. I remember last year, I delivered to the eastern coast of North Carolina, like way out there by the coastline, and I sat around for 5 hours without a load, and ended up after that just getting bounced straight home without a load for the holiday weekend, which for me was particularly annoying because I was more so annoyed by the fact that I sat around all day than the fact that I didn't have a load to go home. Because for what I had, the amount of time that I sat around waiting to get dispatched, if I had just gotten bounced straight home after I made my delivery, I would have been home by the time that they finally called it quits and said, "Hey, there's no load to pick up for today. Just go ahead and head home." So I was irritated by that last year. Hopefully that does not happen today. Now we're in a better spot delivering than we were last year. Like I said, I was delivering all the way on the eastern coast of North Carolina, and there's not really anything out there to pick up. You can deliver stuff out there, but if you're not picking up from the ports, you know, there's not really anything out there to get, in my experience. But right now we're closer to where I live. We're towards the center of North Carolina right now, so in theory, you know, I should have better options of finding something to pick up. And in the worst case scenario, if I have to bounce straight home without a load for the weekend, you know, I won't have as long of a drive as I did last year when that happened to me. But we're just sitting here right now waiting. I did my pre-trip already, and I'm about to head out 2 hours away, so we should get to the destination around 8 o'clock. And the load that I have is very, very, very few pieces. 10 pieces of fiber cement siding, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll come off the trailer very, very quickly. It only took them like 5 minutes to load it at the shipper. But I'm gonna go ahead and get on the road here, guys, and I'll see you on the other side and get this stuff delivered. And fingers crossed, we have a dispatch not too far after we've delivered this stuff. Fingers crossed, because I want to get home as soon as possible and enjoy my home time. Let's go. Alright guys, we're here getting unloaded, as you can see, and had some speed bumps to getting unloaded. Made it here no problem. The load information said that there was no on-site parking here, but there definitely is. If I had known this, there's this huge, well, this is a cul-de-sac right here for me to spin around in, but if you can kind of see in my mirror right there, this is just a long road that leads to nothing but back here where this construction zone is being done. So I could have easily just parked along the side of the road like I am right here. There's absolutely no traffic back here that has anything to do with anything other than the construction that's taking place. You know, they had portalets on the side too. So I could have got here instead of spending 2 hours driving this morning, but it's not a big deal. It's always better to err on the side of caution when it comes to parking. Because I looked at this place on Google Maps, but hold on. Let me check. I got that call. Let me take that. Okay, I'm back. All right, had to take that call. But like I was saying, it's best to err on the side of caution. And when it comes to parking, park somewhere where you know for certain you'll be able to stay parked and not get bothered, you know, not have DOT tell you need to move, or risk driving to a consignee that you have not confirmed has on-site parking. You get there and there's nowhere for you to park, like they have a locked gate and you can't drive into their lot and you're stuck on the street, kind of stuff like that. Don't put yourself in that position, especially when you don't have to, when you have other options. You know, with today being the day before a holiday, I know I wasn't going to need the maximum of my clock because I'm not very far from home right now. I'm only like a few hours away. I'm probably going to be picking up somewhere that's already moving in the direction of me going home anyway, so I should have an even shorter time. But we're just about unloaded. I'm just about unloaded. They're taking off the last bit now, so get this paperwork signed, and we'll be off to the races. But let me tell you, when I came here, they did not make things easy for me. When I got here, I tried to communicate with some of the contractors on site. All right, guys, sorry, had to cut out on me again because I needed to move the truck just to get myself in the right position, because we are unloaded now and we're facing the opposite direction, the way that we came in, because I did not want to get stuck back that way in that cul-de-sac or be in the way in case any other trucks came through here to get unloaded by chance. So as I was saying, they did not make it easy for me at this place, because when I got here, I tried to communicate with some of the workers, and there was a language barrier and we were not able to understand each other. I talked to multiple people, or I tried to, and my Spanish is okay. It's okay. It could be better. You know, I definitely cannot communicate as well in Spanish as I can in English. So I was walking around trying to find a trailer for like a general contractor or anything, to see how I could get this offloaded. There's nothing here. I guess well, for whatever reason, they just don't have one. And I spent like over 30 minutes trying to get a contact with somebody, and I called the number for my general contact on my paperwork, and that person's not on site. From what I could tell, they're far, far, far away from this place. And they were minimal help. You know, they just basically confirmed that I was in the right place, which I already knew because there's no other construction areas around here. This is literally the only big construction site here. Driving out there is just like a storefront. There's like a grocery store or something down that way, and then there's the road, the main highway going that way. Nothing else here, so I knew I was in the right spot. I checked this place on Google Maps and my own personal routing before I got here last night. But the thing that saved me, fortunately, when I came back to my truck, I was about to contact my fleet manager, let him know, hey, I'm having a problem here. I can't get offloaded. I can't really communicate with anybody here. It's not working. One person that I tried to talk to before said that the siding I have, they said it doesn't go here. And I knew that wasn't right. And I was like, yeah, I need to talk to somebody that's in charge, not somebody that's just, you know, doing some of the construction, you know, that's not an authority figure over here, that, you know, somebody that can confirm for sure, because I know what he just told me was incorrect. It does go here. Maybe it doesn't go exactly right where you're standing at, where you're working, but it goes at this site. I knew that for a fact, so I was like, yeah, it's not going to be effective. But fortunately, when I was about to come over here to my truck and you know, escalate things, one of the people here, which I guess ended up being the lead on site for the day, walked over to me, and he and I were able to communicate easily. He confirmed that we could unload this here, and then, but the thing with that though, that almost got me, he was like, yeah, you have siding, and none of the main general contractors are here. They're all off for Thanksgiving. I'm like, are you serious? Come on, man. But like, let me call one of them and confirm, you know, that I can offload you, because I don't want to take it off. And, you know, he didn't want to accept the liability if, you know, something went wrong with the siding, which I know, I get it. You know, everybody wants to cover themselves. I'm not going to hate on them for that. But, you know, I called the person that was on my my site contact list, the guy that wasn't here, and told him the whole story was all going on, because he was trying to help me along the way. But he was like, yeah, I'll send a message to the guy that's supposed to be running stuff over there. He's not there, but I'll message him, and he'll message the guy that you just talked to and confirm and get you unloaded. 10 minutes later, we got unloaded, fortunately. But the last thing I want the day before holiday, when I'm trying to get home as early as possible, is a hiccup in my work day. But things are off to a much better track now, because we got offloaded no problem once we got through that little bit of trials and tribulations. But the great thing is we are picking up from a shipper that I am very familiar with, and they are only an hour and a half away from my current location, and from there I'm only like an hour or so away from home. So it's a very good day for me. It's 10 o'clock right now, so even with that, and the stuff that I'm going to pick up next is very easy to deal with. So it won't take me very long to get loaded. It's not going to take me long to get there. It's not going to take me long to get home. I'm very happy about that. It's much better than last year's Thanksgiving. Like I said, I waited around all day and didn't get a load and had to drive 5 hours home. But this time also, jumping around a bit, but this time also, I'm doing the TMC Christmas run. And that's gonna mean I'm gonna be out on the road for the next 4 weeks after this weekend. And I've been out on the road for a month in the past. It's been about a year and a half since I did that. And this particular one, starting off with a bang. The load that I'm getting is picking up in North Carolina, and it's delivering up to Massachusetts, and it pays a lot. It pays a lot. So I'm happy about that. I don't think that TMC wants you to necessarily disclose the exact amount of money that they pay out per load for various reasons. So I won't give you guys that information, but it's a 4-digit number, pretty high up there. That's all I'll tell you guys, because like I said, I don't know how much they want you to disclose about that information. So sorry guys, but it's very good. It'll be about a day-and-a-half drive to get rid of it, and we will be rolling for the next 4 weeks after that. We want to make as much money as possible while we're out here, because at the end of those 4 weeks, the last week of December, we're going to be at home until the new year, which is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this rolling, because I want to maximize my amount of home time before I have to leave. on Sunday again. Let's go ahead and do this. It's gonna be early day for us. I'm happy. Okay, we made it here to the next shipper, and we're picking up decking. You can see it's all over this place. Composite decking, I believe. And I've been to this place a ton of times, so I already know the deal. We're just waiting to get loaded. I need to tarp this, and other than that, it's gonna be in and out. It's very quick once I get loaded. Securing this stuff does not take much time at all. Just X straps across the front, and then you throw straps over the top in the proper place where they need to go. This load's not gonna be very heavy. It's marked as like 45,000 pounds. So all I'm gonna be doing today is getting myself prepped for taking off for the Christmas run next week. So we're very close to home, so I'm not worried about anything. I've got 7.5 hours on my clock, and I don't even need half of that to get home, so I'm stoked. As far as the Christmas run goes, I'm trying to make as much money as possible during these 4 weeks that I'm going to be out. That's my goal for every single week that I'm out here in the truck, but especially so when I'm staying out for multiple weeks at a time, where my #1 goal, aside from safety, is making sure that I maximize my earnings, because I'm not out here on these roads spending time away from home for nothing. But I'm gonna go ahead and fuel the truck up before I go home. There's a truck stop where I can get that taken care of. That way I don't have to worry about that on Sunday. And it's saying that once from my home parking area that I'm planning on using, it's gonna be about 13.5 hours to the Continental. So I'm not going to get there on Sunday, regardless of what time I leave. I haven't decided exactly when I'm gonna leave yet. It's gonna be sometime earlier Sunday morning, most likely. And we'll finish the route off on Monday morning. Now, the thing with this is one of those routes that is going to require, or would require me to use the New Jersey Turnpike, going through exits 1 through 6, which with TMC, you have to have authorization to use the New Jersey Turnpike, those 6 exits that I just told you about, and all of the Ohio and Indiana I-80, I-90 Turnpike. And this route is over 600 miles, which is the qualifier that you need to use under most circumstances to ask for authorization to use those toll roads. I already talked to my fleet manager, sent him a message, made sure I had authorization. They sent me the authorization form through the TMC app, so I'm good. I can take all the toll road going that way, and that'll save me a little bit of time. Otherwise I would have to go around, you know, go up to I-78, I think, go up I-81 north, and then switch over to I-78 to bypass that toll road going through New Jersey and just use Pennsylvania instead. But we don't have to worry about that this time. And let me see, what else am I gonna do to prep this? I'm gonna make sure that all of my food and water supplies are up to standard, because I do not like spending money when I'm out on the road if I can avoid it. So we're gonna go ahead and top off everything, get Mrs. Erudite to help stock the pantry, because she is awesome with that, and spend some home time before we don't see anybody for a whole month. At least not see anybody in person, because the benefits of modern technology, most people are just a phone call or a Zoom call, Duo, whatever video chat app you got, away. So just waiting to finish this load, and we'll be out of here, home for the weekend. I'll catch you guys on the securement process. Okay, I got everything strapped down, secured, and tarped. I went ahead and did that off camera just for the sake of time. As you guys can see, everything is looking nice and streamlined, aerodynamic. It's what we want. And like I said previously, I am really close to home right now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stop for fuel before I touch down for the weekend, so I won't have to do it when I leave on Sunday. And I'm gonna be enjoying the rest of my long weekend. Hope you all do the same. As always, I appreciate you all watching, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Make sure that you are all enjoying your friends and family, being at home, and most importantly, enjoying that food. I know I will. Until the next time, guys, I'll see you all further down the road. Here at I Trucker Out.